Today, I'm going to introduce you to a simplified payee barcode calculation model that I have created using Excel. So, oftentimes, employers, finance, HR, and even accounting professional find it difficult when they are trying to get the gross salary based on just the net salaries, right? So this is even more heightened when they are interviewing employees, and as a panel, you know, employees rather like to quote on the net basis, but then for the panel, they are working within a budget, and the budget is to get the correct reflection. You need the gross values or the gross salaries, and it takes a lot of calculations to come up with the gross salary just based on the net salaries. So for this reason, I decide to do something like this, and I know it is going to help a lot of people. And this model works in a way that you enter the net salaries and other information, then it is going to give you the gross salary, or what we call the total cash emolument, the chargeable income, and any other reliefs after you have made a correct entry. So I'm going to take you through. This is user friendly, and the first thing you need to do is to determine whether your calculation is going to be based on a year or monthly, which is annual or monthly. So you come to this, there's a drop down for you to select between annual and monthly. So let's assume we are doing monthly. And when you come down, the first column is a name. This one you can leave it blank. Then we come to the second column. The second column is the desired net salary, right? So assuming that you are interviewing someone and the desired salary is net salaries is 10,000, and then we come to this side, the desired basic salary. You know that the gross salary, if it is not divided into basic salary and other allowances, it means that the contribution by the employee and the employer is going to be based on the full gross amount. But that is not what some employers or some firms want, right? So they will tell you that out of the gross salary, we are going to divide it into maybe two or three. A portion will be for maybe basic salary, and the other portions will be for other cash allowances, say traveling and transport allowance, fuel. Well, if it is fuel allowance and they are giving it in cash, yes, it falls in there. There are other allowances, cash allowances as well. So in that case, you put that desired basic salary over here, and bear in mind, this basic salary, as I mentioned, is what they are going to base to do the contributions, which is the tier one and then the tier two. The employer contributing the 13%, and then the employee contributing 5.5%. So if you put a desired basic salary over here, that pension contribution is going to be calculated using this desired basic salary. So in a first scenario, let's assume that out of the total cash emolument or the gross salary, we want say 8,000 to be basic, and then the rest is going to be allowances, right? Now, the next column is asking whether the SNIT contribution is applicable, which is the tier 1 and tier 2. But here I've just made it 5.5 applicable. If it is yes, you just select it, you get it, and then the calculation keeps running. Then our next column, it is asking us whether there is other second, which is the um, is third year applicable, right? As we already know, the third year we are talking of is the third year we all know provident fund, right? So here you are going to put a rate. So assuming this rate is applicable to the employee, assuming that out of the net salary, the employee also wishes that out of the gross, he is going to contribute a portion of his earnings into 30 years, say 5%. This all comes up during negotiations. And then if the employee or the candidate is eligible to any other relief, say old age relief, dependency relief, child education relief. So you put it here. So here, let us assume the total reliefs applicable is 200, right? So once you put in this, as you can see over here, it is going to do the calculation for you. You are going to get your chargeable income, the 5.5 contribution here. We said it is applicable, so this is what is going to deduct. And the 30 year here, we say it is 5%. So it is this, and then the other eligible reliefs that we have agreed that here we are taking 200. It is also here. You see, it is going to do your tax calculation for you, and then here you know how much it is going to cost the firm, or the gross salary, how much it is going to be. So here the gross salary is almost the same as the total cash emolument. So this is it. And bear in mind, out of this, 8,000 is basic, and the rest is other allowances, right? So you can see from this side that the 5.5 is not a calculation based on the total cash emolument, but rather it is based on this 8,000. Now, in our second scenario, let us assume the same conditions apply, 10,000, but here we don't have any desired basic salary, but we have the pension contribution is applicable, and we are also contributing 5% to the 30th, which is the provident fund. And then the other reliefs applicable, the candidate is eligible to say 200, right? So here you realize that the gross is going to be 14,416, right? The reason being that one, the employee needs a huge gross salary, that when they deduct the first year and then the third year and even the taxes, the person is still going to have 10,000, right? And this is not even the total cost to the employer. When we want the total cost to the employer, we need to also consider the 13% first year deduction or contribution by the employer. And for the first scenario, it is going to be based on the desired basic salary. But for the second scenario, it is going to be based on this, which is the total cash emolument, or the gross salary, right? So thank you for joining me up to this point. You can verify by doing a forward calculation using the gross salaries and the conditions. You set them right, you are going to get the same taxes and the same net salaries. Thank you very much. You can please subscribe my YouTube channel and like my videos. Bye.